my children, I couldn't leave them with a dad who killed himself. My spouse, I didn't want to hurt and wound her. My relationship with God that was real. I'm Chaplain Colonel Robert Blessing, U.S. Army. I have PTSD, and this is my story. I'm an Episcopal priest, served at a couple churches here in Diocese of San Diego, the San Diego area. Loved them, great people in these churches. And every time I deployed, I'd say goodbye to the church and come back from deployments and have to find a new church. My last church let me stay in there and continue serving after I returned from a deployment. I wasn't wanting to be a combatant, but I sure wanted to be with those who were serving our country. And for me, that's where my heart is, the care of those soldiers. And so I went for those two combat tours, and in that process, experienced the death, the dying, the loss of our soldiers and the injuries that were very traumatic in an environment of attacks by those that were trying to kill us. And as our guys were injured, as they were wounded, as they were killed, it had an effect on my soul and my spirit, as well as some physical impacts from concussions of explosions around me. It was a place of violence 4,000 years ago, and it still is today. Dirt in Iraq was ugly, messy, and it always seemed to be connected to the death we had. And I find here, this is live dirt. It grows things. Things come alive in it. That is refreshing. It's a wonderful thing. Now I can say that thoughts of death come once in a while, but they're pretty well, they're just thoughts, sort of in the genre of, it'd be nice if I were dead, but I'm not going to kill myself. That is a freedom that is really nice, and you can get there. You can get there as you find and look at the beauty around you. It may be a terrible memory, and that's why I try to sit in beauty. Plants, simple things, going on walks, seeing the beauty, and remembering the good things of my wife, my children, my friends. Reality is, it's only a perspective. And that, if that's the sermon I would give to any soldier or Marine out there, is get your life in perspective. Take the time. Don't be so urgent. Don't be so trying to fix things as you are to just be in what's around you. Observe what's good. The reason for the walks on a pilgrimage for me has been to observe the good things. And when the bad thoughts come, when the nightmares come, the triggers come, I can then see what's nice around me. And it helps. It's part of the journey. It's looking at the beauty, it's recognizing God's presence, it's meditating on good things, things of life, things of hope, not letting the shame or feeling of failure control you, not letting the humiliation of what is this disability direct you, or the thoughts of death. The only problem a chaplain has with old brothers in the military is that you were always there to be their rock, to be their brother, to stand with them as they cry, as they need somebody to listen to them. that change of roles is really difficult. I don't know who the soldiers are that could handle having their chaplain be one who needs them. But there are some, and I have found some brothers who can listen to me and be a source of strength, because they understand. I don't have to tell the stories. I know they get it. These fellow soldiers, they know what's in here. And that's the gift that fellow soldiers, Marines who've been to combat can offer to each other. I went on a retreat with a group of Marines and infantrymen who had experienced combat. And the thing they shared with me and shared in the group was how difficult it was upon returning to be able to share what's on their soul and what's with them and what they're struggling with. And it was hard for them to talk to their spouses, to their children, to their friends, because they didn't understand. We were now in a place that was almost alien to us. And the distance and the lack of ability to express and share what we wanted to made it difficult for us. So what we did was we expressed in a song called the 1,000-Pound Phone what it was like to not have anybody to talk to, and yet we did have some. And we had our brothers who we could talk to, and we were told to talk to them, to share with them about what was going on in our life if we were alone, if we were thinking the dark thoughts, sort of the dark night of our souls.
It can feel like 1,000-pound phone. I want to lean on someone when I'm feeling all alone. But fear, pride, and guilt and burden has me hurting and scrolling for someone to save my soul on that 1,000-pound phone.
Only it was hard to do. But we did it. We'd pick up that phone, and it weighed, it seemed like it weighed 1,000 pounds just for us to be able to call for help. To have a brother we could put a shoulder around and walk with them. It was that hard to do, and that weight was hard. But once we called, I guess the weight left us. We opened up and the weight could leave us because we could talk to somebody. And that was the gift of the 1,000-pound phone, but we had to pick it up before we could let it go.
I know that there's a group of guys that know about that 1,000-pound phone. I'm gonna pick up that phone. I know I'm not alone. Yeah, I'm coming home.